I've spent almost 700 hours in my survival world now. When I generated this place, I had the goal to stick with the Minecraft save for as long as possible, so that I could experience all the flaws and features of the vanilla game, while leaving a lasting impression on my cubic microverse. While there are more impressive worlds than mine, I feel like this is still just the beginning, so I wanted to share some things that I've done so far and talk about my world and some potential plans for it. My base started as a cave in the side of a mountain, and it's slowly evolving into a castle-esque structure. You'll notice that there are animals everywhere. That's because of my zoo project, and because they're basically my only company. I've got a cozy bedroom next to my first enchantment area where I keep my dragon egg, with a potion station close by. Upstairs, I store music discs next to my most valuable resources. I have this little lava farm that gives me basically free fuel. Hot Tubba oversees things here. There are more smelters than I can fuel with this farm, though. Lava as fuel is kind of inconvenient in general, but at least it's free. I store a lot of random blocks in this area, and I'm slowly working on organizing everything. My allies chill in this pool and watch YouTube Kids on their iPads. A random panda has taken a liking to the spot, and honestly, I can't blame her. There's also a frog. Upstairs is the real workshop, where a lot of stuff is stored. Still needs some work, like I said. Spent a lot of time playing with no blocks one day and made this. For no real purpose. Yet. Also upstairs are my very ethical villager trading stations. Most are librarians for their enchants, and the others are mostly just to sell things to. I might do something with this cave area someday. This facility is complete, of course, with an equally ethical cloning chamber. Only after starting this script did I learn that it doesn't quite work anymore since I updated last. This happy couple is always ready to create more villagers to help me. These stairs lead outside to my sniffer cave that exits out to the river. I got a little sugarcane farm on the water here. Attached to that is a fishing shack where my ocelots live. Upstairs from here I got a few farms where I mostly grow carrots, potatoes, and wheat. I also have a little compost station for extra seeds and things like that. I grow netherwort here, but I don't harvest it much. On the other side of the river I keep some extra animals in this cave until I know where to put them. Inside my base there are other sections of rooms that are mostly for easier traversal or decoration. I'm planning to improve them eventually. This hallway leads back through to the workshop. This bridge is pretty new, so it doesn't really go anywhere other than across the river. And these stairs lead out to the front area of the base. I was breeding pandas over here in this pen, but I have yet to breed a brown one. These stairs lead up to the top of the mountain, where I have waterfall elevator access to the inside. One of my mini projects has been digging out this chunk, though, in retrospect, starting it at the top of the mountain was not the most sensible thing. This cobble tower is historic because it was where I started building an ugly path to my first end stronghold. Here's a little tree farm that's mostly just a cute path to my beacons. The rest of this area is used for various item farms, but I didn't want to keep them up there, so it needs some work. At the front of my base, I built this little watchtower that got hit by lightning at some point. I got goats. This building is a bee house that's mostly also decorative. Over here I used to have a lot of cows and chickens for food, but I got kinda sick of having huge animal hordes right outside my base, so I wanted to make new pens elsewhere. For now there's still some sheep, pigs, and llamas here until I figure that out. Across this bridge is the most extensive project in my world so far, and that's the zoo. Finding every creature and bringing them all here was the most tedious part. Minecraft mobs can be extremely frustrating. I can make a whole video just about that. The zoo is looking pretty sparse though outside of the exhibits, but I'm wanting to add a lot more to it. Now that I've updated to 1.21, with armadillos on the way, I'll have to make room somewhere for those. These wolves are untamed free thinkers, but they are not free. The snow golems have a roof, or else they'll melt. My domestic cat enclosure is a favorite of mine. The ocelots are always hiding. The horses really like to stand on their troughs. These iron golems think they're protecting something, but that house isn't an actual house. Bunnies just like to stick to blocks for whatever reason. I had to borrow some llamas from traders to have more variety. My parrots just sit in this corner mainly. The turtles also like to stay in one place. They're named after ninjas. This panda might be stuck in that corner, but he really likes to do flips. Allies were extremely annoying to enclose, so I'm fond of this exhibit, but they seem sad here. Goats need a roof so they don't jump out. Fish pond. I wanted to put actual cacti with this camel, but he would hurt himself on those. Did you know that striders die in the rain? I didn't, but then I did soon after a different pair randomly disappeared. They needed a roof. The donkeys like to stand on their fencing. And I'm quite fond of my lonely mule over here. This is where I'd put my skeleton horse. If I had one!
Sorry?
Frogs are frogs. They don't move much, sadly. Dolphins in Minecraft make me so sad, because it's basically impossible to keep them enclosed for long without them dying or just disappearing, outside of maybe some redstone shenanigans. I spent so much time on this dolphin tank, though. Spent almost as much time on this axolotl tank, and thankfully, they stay alive. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This whole underground part is clearly a work in progress still. The squids were surprisingly finicky to enclose, but at least they're really common mobs. To transport the squids and the dolphins, I had to use the silly waterfall setup, along with a bucket of water, and a lot of patience. This is my zoo so far. I have a lot more to do on it, but it's been a lot of fun to work on. Built this bridge over the river to some more grassland. Over here is the beginnings of a hostile mob zoo. There's not much here but a path design and a cave design that I may or may not change. I set up a slime chunk back over here, but it's empty as usual. Built my first conduit in the river there since it surrounds my house. The combination of the river and the mountains has been really frustrating to me recently. Too many bridges and stairs. But I'm trying to work with what I've got. My main nether portal is back inside my house. It leads to the roof of the nether, where I have a bunch of portals to travel to a bunch of places. I also built this huge, extremely concentric XP farm. It's not the prettiest thing, but it works well enough, so I don't want to fix it. I've been building this big glass roof floor to try and catch pigmen when they walk off the edges. I can't have them falling on top of me when I'm working below. The whole nether roof area needs lots more work and more ice paths. I want to make actual buildings and whatnot, but the XP farm has not been helping. There's this really cool spot east of my base, far away in the mountains. I felt like I had to build something here ever since I first saw it. So I recently built this castle after designing it in creative. It's a work in progress, like everything else. Mainly the outdoor area needs trees again. My castle is complete with multiple rooftop access points, as well as a spacious dungeon equipped with a nether portal. There's a blacksmith shop outside too, with a mine for resources nearby it. This build is not practical at all since it's so far away from home, but hopefully in the future it'll be a more connected feature of my world. Another farm on my nether roof is the gas farm all the way out here. I think one of the wither roses for it got messed up, but it still works. I don't need ghast tears too often. I've made portals for many biomes and important spots. A mushroom island, an ancient city, a woodland mansion. At my first ocean monument, I constructed a guardian farm for Prismarine. That project is pretty annoying, but pretty rewarding once it was done. The only other thing I have to show off is how my spawn area is looking. Credit goes to my boyfriend for most of it so far and the few times that we've played LAN. But maybe in the future other friends will build stuff here and there. Until then, I hope you've enjoyed Minecraft.jpg for what it is. I'll probably post updates on its progress every so often, so look forward to those. Thanks for watching.